Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you.
Why did I wear green?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
It's St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day tradition, if you're not wearing green, you gotta get finished.
St. Patty's Day.
Hold me close. Kiss me, I'm Irish.
All right, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Okay, it's showtime.
1047 Kiss FM, John J. and Rich. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Everybody in the studio wearing green. Looks good. Nice job.
Thanks. It's like one of my favorite holidays ever today.
It is, oh, yeah, because your middle name is Irish?
Ireland. Yeah,
Ireland.
and my mom's Irish. We're super Irish over here. Irish and black, that's what we are. So.
What is the Irish last name of your family?
Murphy.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So my grandma's a Murphy.
You could have been a Peyton Murphy.
I could have been.
A Peyton Murphy.
I don't know about that.
That's right. Well, we took a little vacation. We were gone last week. And it's funny. I'm reading these text messages. All these couple of people were like angry that we were gone.
Sorry.
Like, sorry.
You guys were just off Christmas Day.
It was spring break.
Nerve.
So normally we weren't going to like take any time off, but we ended up doing that. And it was my wife, Blake, and my son, Dutch. Like, Dutch wanted to go with some of his friends to Cabo for spring break, right? Which is a spring break thing. And my wife was like, no. And a lot of the other moms were like, no. So instead, they were pitched Hawaii because my son Kemp lives there. Kemp pretty much stays at his girlfriend's house all the time. All his roommates do. So Kemp set it up so that Dutch and his friends could stay at his house.
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah, so they were laying on the floor, couches, whatever, right? So that's what they did. So Jake, my oldest son, goes to the University of Arizona. He was like, my spring break is next week, this week, right now. So we go to Hawaii, and it's Blake, me, Dutch, and then we see Kemp, right? And then we're hanging out. We're doing stuff in Hawaii. And then Jake calls. Guess what? I screwed up. My spring break is now.
Oh, my gosh. Whoops.
So it was like Home Alone Hawaii. So he just stayed.
He probably loved it, though.
I think so. I think he was really, really. He went to Tucson, grabbed his Xbox, drove back. Then he was home all alone.
Yeah, that was the whole week.
I will think he was like, I think he did it on purpose.
I think my spring break's next week. Can't go. Sorry. Oh, yeah, it actually is this week. I'll be home alone.
Unbelievable.
I mean, a 22-year-old John Jay would love the house.
I love the house.
And a TV.
Even right now, a 38-year-old John Jay. Yeah, it's great. It's totally great. Anyway, so that was last week for us. What about you, Peyton? What did you do for spring break?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I did a ton of stuff. I got to catch up with a lot of my friends that were coming into town. But really, like, the one big thing that I did, I went to the Wicked play on Saturday.
Yeah, I saw you post it. I was so excited because your outfit looked amazing. I know you were stressing about what you were going to wear to it.
Yeah, because I'm in my whole rebrand right now, so my outfit is like very not something that I would ever throw together. But I thought it came out so cute. I was very happy with my look. But the play was so much fun. I actually got the tickets for my mom and my sister for Christmas. So it's been like 3 months since we've been waiting to go to the show. And it was me and two of my old teammates that I used to play basketball with. And then since I was like in the 5th grade, all of our moms went. And then my sister and then one of the girls' grandmas went. So it was 8 of us girls just on a whole girls' night. We went to Steak 44 for dinner. We got all dressed up. We went to the play, and it was a 10 out of 10. It was really? It was really, okay, like, it was a play. So it's like the play itself was 2 hours and 30 minutes total for Act 1 and Act 2. And, like, part 1 of the Wicked movie is the same amount as the entire runtime of the play, if that makes sense. So I felt like it was very rushed, but then again, I'm like, this is a play, this isn't a movie, you know? I wanted more dialogue.
Were the singers good and everything?
So good,
Really?
So impressive.
Yeah,
and
professional actors are
That's
no
what I'm
joke.
saying, yeah. That's what was so impressive, was that it was
Theater
so,
actors
that
are
it
no
was
joke.
live.
Yeah.
Did you hear they were all working out like the mountainside fitness over there?
No.
Like, cause where I was getting notes, they're like, cast from Wicked's in here, like, Alpha Buzz, like, totally crushing the weight machine.
Awesome.
Were they in costume?
Yeah, but maybe, I guess I just recognized them from being around town.
Yeah,
What about you, Richie? I saw you were hanging out with your lovely bride for her birthday or your birthday and anniversary.
We have Stacy and I both have our birthdays in March. In fact, hers is officially tomorrow. She's the 18th, I'm the 8th, and then we had our anniversary on the 4th. So we thought, let's just like ram it all into one trip. So we had some points to use on our credit cards. So we went to Laguna Beach, and I was so excited because there's a great sushi place right on Ocean Boulevard. Ooh, and I want to remember the name of it so people can go there. But we're going to go there for my birthday treat on March 8th. But somehow I got food poisoning in the morning. So sushi and food poisoning do not go together in any way, shape, or form. So I tried to rally and like, let's just go walk over there. Maybe walking will make me feel better. I got in there, and for the next 2 hours, I was just in the bathroom, just hurling away.
At the restaurant?
Yeah, and it was so bad. Because people are like, are you okay in there, sir? Yeah, I'm okay. Your wife says happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
Why didn't you go home?
I couldn't get far enough away where I would stop throwing up. It was
That sounds
amazing.
miserable.
Anyway, so it felt like
But it
I
wasn't the
didn't
sushi, though.
It wasn't the sushi. I never got that far. So I'm assuming the sushi is still amazing there, but I did not have any. But I rallied for that night, and then we went out and we had a great time.
And I'm so glad you bring up sushi. I heard a sushi joke yesterday.
Bring it on!
Yeah, and then it was like I woke up. I'm a little under the weather right now, so I was like up all night, and I thought, I wonder if I can tell this joke on the air. And it's about sushi, so you just brought up so I can tell the joke.
Amazing.
What did sushi A say to sushi B?
What?
Wasabi.
St. Patrick's Day jokes.
That is a good sushi joke.
I know, right? Like, I woke up in the middle of the house, kind of, what if I tell that joke? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I got I know that my wife was sick a while ago. Two of my sons were sick. Actually, all three of them were sick at different times, and I feel like it's like what's this right here?
Sinuses.
Yeah, it hurts so bad right here. So last night I took some Desolin, right? And then Robitussin because it didn't work. So I took 2 different coughs. Then I got up this morning and I took Dayquil.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be buzzing.
Okay, so then I had Dayquil, right? So then I took a steam, I did a cold plunge, I did a hot tub, I did all that before I came in here this morning. Then I had an energy drink, right? And then I had a cup of coffee with an espresso shot in it, right? And then I'm sitting here thinking, hey, I wonder if I can mix that with Dayquil. I wonder if you're allowed to say, I Google it, and it says, do not have coffee and Dayquil
my
within
God.
6 hours of each other.
Too much.
And I'm like, I had all that within a half hour.
Oh no.
And
What
they
does
tell
it
you-
do?
I think it's like a caffeine overload, or it's like
Jay.
I know.
They tell you not to steam when you have nose stuff too.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, because
Who the
it's
hell's
like, well, doctors, because I've asked about that too, and they say if you've got a cough or something like that, it's a wet environment where the steam makes it wet in there. So like,
crazy, 'cause
stuff
I
can-
always
I always
thought-
thought you did it because then it
you
like
cough it out, loosen up. Yeah.
I would think so, too.
That's what I was
Loosen
doing.
up.
It worked for
Put
me. I
some
felt so much.
eucalyptus
I
in
felt
it.
so much better when I got out of the steam.
well,
So tell they that they are wrong.
maybe
Who
that
are
works for you.
they?
Stupid doctors.
I know. One of the messages we got over the weekend or over the week while we were on vacation was like, "What the hell happened to 3 things you need to know?"
Oh.
I listen to it every day. I'm like, well, we were on vacation, so it didn't happen. So that's
What happened to it. It's back now.
It's back. What do you got,
Maybe
Kyle?
she didn't need to know.
What's coming up in 3 things you need to know?
The weather has been deadly over the last couple of days. At least 40 people in 7 states have died due to a severe weather outbreak, including tornadoes. At least 12 deaths were reported in Missouri, the most of any state. And then weather took its toll in many lives from Alabama to Kansas, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. And ultimately, a lot of people misplaced from their homes, powers out, and just completely wreaked havoc on those states. So definitely thoughts and prayers and outreach is going to be needed for all of that. It was good news for Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. If you guys remember, they've been stranded in orbit since June 5th. Their trip to space, the International Space Station, was only supposed to be about a week, but they had problems with their Boeing Starliner, and now they've been there for 9 months. Well, this weekend, they were able to see the light at the end of that tunnel. Elon Musk's SpaceX crew docked at the International Space Station to bring them home and deliver 4 new astronauts to the space station. They'll stay on for a couple more days, helping to bring the new crew up to speed and get them acclimated to the space station, and then they can return to Earth, finally.
That's crazy.
So they say as early as Wednesday they should be coming back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if their bones are going to be different, if gravity's going to feel different, like everything's going to be different for them, right?
I don't know. I just
Space-
think they're just going to be so grateful to be home.
Yeah.
So this was a disaster, and there was a case like this, I think it was like back in 1993 or 1994 against McDonald's, where someone had a coffee spilled on them. It was too hot, and they won like $3 million in damages. So a court ordered Starbucks on Friday to pay $50 million in damages to a delivery driver who was severely burned by spilled beverages. He said they handed the drinks to him, the lids weren't secured, they spilled in his lap, and ultimately he suffered severe burns, disfigurement, and debilitating nerve damage to his nether regions.
Oh.
Yeah, his lawsuit ultimately accused Starbucks of breaching their duty of care by not securing the lids. Starbucks said while they sympathize with him, they plan to appeal the verdict because they disagree with the jury's decision that they were at fault in the incident and believe the damages awarded to be excessive. I mean, like permanent damage down there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if $50 million is enough. So we'll wait and see what happens.
Also,
but as of now, they got to fork over the money.
When it happened and it spilled on him, right? Does he go, that's it, I'm going to sue? Like, you call a lawyer, Starbucks, my coffee just spilled in my lap. Like, are they going to go, okay, like, to find somebody that was willing to go do all that? You know what I mean? Did you take pictures of everything? Like, how do you know? You know what I
Probably
mean?
went to the hospital.
Yeah.
And the hospital
Right.
is
Nerve
like,
damage.
Oh, you think it was that bad? He went to the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. I wouldn't do that for $50 million.
Yeah.
No. And that's 3 things you need to know.
You know, I was going to talk to you guys about a couple things I saw on TV over this last week. You see what the number one show on Netflix is? Anyone see it?
I didn't
Yeah,
see it,
the
but
Adolescence.
Yeah.
I started it.
Did you finish it?
I'm actually interested. I haven't finished it, but I'm actually very interested. It's a little slow moving, but I like it.
I finished it yesterday.
Yeah.
It's 4 episodes, and it's really, really sad. Like, it kept me up last night.
What's it called?
Adolescence. So it's about a 13-year-old boy that is accused of murdering a 13-year-old girl. Here's the thing that's really, really interesting about it, but also negative about it. It's all shot, every episode is about 55 minutes long, say an hour long. It's all shot with one camera, all at one time. Like, the acting is so nuts. It's so good. And like, you're watching it, like, it takes me out of the show. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. So all these background people in the background, they're all, because the camera just moves and follows these people. Like, this kid gets arrested, and you're in the car with him as he drives all the way to the police station to get fingerprinted. They walk you through that whole, it's all in real time.
It's really good. It's like that one scene in the Menendez brothers when one of the Menendez brothers is sitting getting interrogated.
That's the whole episode.
And that's literally how it's shot. But like, I'm with you, John Jay. The dad acting is so good. When he went and visited the site of the girl, I lost my mind. I started crying so hard. I was like, this is crazy. But what I find really interesting about it is how they're kind of like piecing together the murder with social media and Instagram
That's the
and
lesson.
emojis.
That's the
and
lesson of the
whatnot,
whole
which is
thing.
Which is pretty crazy to think about.
He killed her for whatever reason. He's saying he didn't do it. So it's not even a whodunit at the end. It's just so bizarre. The dad, by the way, he's the one that created the show.
Oh, really?
He created the show, and his best friend is the director.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah,
He's really good. I don't know
really,
who he is, but he's great.
Really, did you guys watch the number one movie on Netflix?
What's the number 1 movie on Netflix?
Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt.
Not yet.
It's called Electric State. That's about 2.5 hours long, and it's apparently the most expensive movie ever made. It was $300 and something million to make, and critics are panning it, but it's doing great on Netflix. I watched yesterday, and I was intrigued. That also ended very sad.
Oh, you got through the whole thing?
But it's like
to happy
it's like Toy Story. It's like it takes place in 1990, and these robots. There's a war with the robot. It's Toy Story and Terminator mixed. It's a war with humans and the robots, and the robots are sent away, and then but then they come back and there's a big fight. It's really
That sounds
weird.
kind of cool.
But like, you got the guy from Succession, the dad from Succession on it. You've got Anthony Mackie on it. You've got Woody Harrelson on it. You've got Chris Pratt. You've got Millie Bobby Brown. You've got Jason Alexander from Seinfeld on. There's so many celebrities on this show, but they're all voices of robots. But yeah, Grant.
Hey, did you watch The Parenting on HBO yet?
No.
It's about a nice gay couple that does like an Airbnb for their family over the weekend, and it's haunted. And Brian Cox is in it from Succession. Edie Falco is the mom. Brian Cox gets possessed by a demon. Oh, it's amazing.
That
You guys
sounds
gotta
great.
watch it. It's awesome.
Horoscope time, 877-937-1047 to get your sign read. Peyton, what's the vibe today?
I'm going to tell you how each zodiac sign acts when they are in a meeting at work.
Shannon, good morning.
Hi.
What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm a Pisces.
Good morning. Okay, so for my Pisces, just like Rich, when you guys are in a work meeting, you guys are the daydreamer. Pisces, you are nodding like you're paying attention, but if we're being honest, you are fully thinking about what you're ordering for dinner later. You'll randomly snap back to reality and ask, wait, what are we talking about? 40 minutes into the meeting, and no one has the heart to tell you that we've already covered it twice.
Sounds about right.
I'm usually thinking about, like, I wonder if Fifth Harmony will ever get back together.
Honestly, Rich, I am always very impressed to see you in a meeting. You always come with a pen and a paper. I feel like you're always taking notes.
An illusion.
Okay.
All right, see you, Shannon. Thank you.
Thanks.
What up, Mike?
Good morning.
What's your sign?
Rolling with John Jay and the Virgos.
Oh,
Okay, Virgos, you guys are giving like the spreadsheet overlord in work meetings. Virgos, you set out an agenda last night because you actually care about what's going on. You have a color-coded spreadsheet in front of you. You're side-eyeing everyone who didn't clearly prepare well enough. And if things start going off topic, expect a dramatic sigh followed by a let's stay focused. Honestly, without a Virgo, the meetings would be chaos.
So true.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
What up, Shanae?
Hey, good morning.
Shanae the Gemini.
Geminis, in the work meetings, you're the overtalker. Gemini, you started answering the question, but somehow now we're hearing about your wild weekend. So you're like, wait, one more thing, at least 5 more times. And let's be honest, you're kind of carrying the meetings. If there's a brainstorming session, you are thriving. But also, Geminis, you might just need to let someone else get a word in next time you're at a work meeting.
Well, that just means they just need to be clear because I forget it. I'm changing stuff in the middle. I'm on it. Thank you, guys.
Bye, Shanae. How about for Libras?
Libra, Kyle, you are the peacemaker at the work meetings. Libra, you're here to keep the vibes good. You're hyping up every idea, even the bad ones, and you're probably texting the group chat trying to figure out lunch plans instead of actually paying attention. If there's tension, you'll compliment someone's outfit just to reset the energy.
What about Leos?
Leos, we give the meeting main character. Leos, we came prepared. We have ideas, a PowerPoint, a vision. And if people start getting off track, you're the one saying, let's circle back to my point. And if the boss says that's a great idea, Leo, your whole work week is made. You didn't just attend this meeting, you started it.
All right, if we get your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjandrich.com. So it is Monday. It is St. Patrick's Day. So I have a little game for you guys because
It's Monday, and John just got a game for you.
All right, since it is St. Patrick's Day, I have a little friend who's a leprechaun. And I had the leprechaun sing some of the biggest hits in the world. And you guys have to guess what hit it is, okay?
Okay.
All right, Peyton, this was for you first.
Okay.
I was in a sheer dress the day we met. We were both in a
Sabrina
rush.
Carpenter.
We talked for a sec. Your friend hit me up so we could connect. And what are the odds you sent me a text? And now the thing I know, I'm like, manifest that you're over.
Yeah.
Is this Sabrina Carpenter?
I was in a sheer dress the day that we met. We were both in a rush. We talked for a sec.
I think we need a leprechaun remix.
Oh my gosh.
And what are the odds?
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Stop for a second. Like, listen to the beginning again because it's dead on. It's like, it blew me away.
Guys, I digress. Got me.
Oh, that's the very end. It's still in the middle of it.
I was in a sheer dress the day that we met.
Okay. Kyle. What song is this?
Rumors going all over town. Can't keep my name out their mouth these days. Yeah, they say I live too fast to settle down. Truth is, I just ain't about these games they all play. Wanna find something stronger than the whiskey. And oh, I've tried. But every time I feel her kiss me, I keep coming up empty, yeah.
Do you know? Can't anyone figure it out?
I was thinking.
Close. What?
What'd you say, Kyle?
I said Post Malone.
Was it,
I was thinking.
Morgan Wallen?
Yeah, I had some help or whatever. That song.
Rumors going all over town. Can't keep my name out the
I have
mouth
no idea
these
who that
days.
is.
It's Morgan Wallen.
Is
that really?
Number
Never
one song in the
heard that
world.
song before.
Okay, here's another one. This goes to you, Rich.
It can't be said that I'm an early bird. It's 10 o'clock before I say the word. Baby, I can never tell. How do you sleep so well? You keep telling me to live right, to go to bed before the daylight. But then you wake up for the sunrise.
Before you answer, Rich, do you guys know?
Mm-mm.
Rich?
It's Hosier.
Can't be said I'm an early bird.
I need to listen to the lyrics.
That's the
more.
line I got.
I know.
I'm like, I feel like I needed the hook.
I need the music.
All right, Peyton, this one's for you. I think this is such a great song, but the Leprechaun ruins it.
I could go and read your mind. Think about your dumb face all the time. Living in a glass house on outside. Looking into big blue eyes. Did it just hurt me, make me cry? Smiling through it, oh yeah, that's my life. You're an idiot. Now I'm sure. Now I'm positive I should go and warn her. Ooh, bet you're thinking she's so cool. Kick it back on your couch, making eyes for him.
You got nothing?
I don't know. Maybe Olivia Rodrigo.
I could go and read your mind. Think about your dumb face all the time. Living in your glass house.
Oh my gosh.
But that Leprechaun's real good.
Anyway, that's my fun little game. By the way, because it's Monday. Speaking of Gracie Abrams, her dad is JJ Abrams, right? Who's a famous director. He did the TV show Lost, right? And Rich, we were very vocal about how much we hate Lost.
Literally was talking about it at great length with my wife last night because I was afraid that Severance was going to have the same sort of ending as Lost.
Okay, so I'm in Hawaii for the last week, and we find this little random cafe, and we went there 2 days in a row. I could go there every single day, but my wife gets burnt out right away. So 2 days we go there, and it's just local people that are there, and end up talking to the people that own the place, and they have a picture of this beautiful yellow lab. He's surfing on a surfboard, and there's pictures of him wearing. The dog's name is Pono, and the dog passed away, but it was a dog from season 3 of Lost. Do you remember
really?
the kid?
Yeah.
The little black kid had the dog on the island all the time, and that kid is the one that was half of MKTO.
Yes.
That did that song.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
classic.
Yeah, so I kind of felt like, wow, I was.
Baby, you're so classic.
And it was the actual dog from the movie.
Because they filmed it there in Hawaii. They filmed Lost in Hawaii.
Oh my gosh!
Did you complain about the ending in the restaurant of Lost?
But then get this: all of a sudden now, when I get on Instagram, I have all these videos of Lost that pop up on my phone now. It's all Lost stuff.
The
There's a
algorithm's
documentary
listening.
on Lost. There's all this stuff on Lost. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's all because I had a conversation in this cafe about the TV show Lost. Now, speaking of Severance, so you said you think it might be like Lost?
Well, I finished season 1 last night. So I know I'm kind of late to the party and you guys are deep into season 2, but they did give me answers at the end of season 1 and I am totally in, but that is such a slow burn that you have to pay attention to everything on that show, including the way they frame stuff. Like everything's symmetric when they're in the office of that show.
Even
like,
the colors.
The colors too, because you notice that I forgot Helly on the show. The moment she starts fighting back, she starts wearing a different color dress. It's a yellow dress instead of the typical colors. Like all of it makes sense. All of it ties together. So to me now it is the opposite of Lost because they're actually tying everything together.
Well, season 1. Are you starting season 2, Kyle?
I'm midway through, but I'm waiting for the rest of the episodes to drop. I want the end of season 2 to drop, and then I'm going to.
The end of season 2 is this Friday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll binge it then. But it's like for me watching the show, you have to binge it, and you can't judge it until you're completely done with this whole season.
I am 2 episodes behind, and the last couple episodes to me very, very difficult to get through.
Really?
Yeah, not good.
Oh,
so I'm just
slow.
That's why. That's like the whole first season. I said that almost every episode, and then when I was done watching the first season, I was like, I can't wait for the second season.
I know you think about it a lot, but this season, I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe I'm.
It's
wrong.
stuck in my head though. All of the things
season
on that
1
show
was fabulous.
Stuck in my
season
brain.
1 makes you think about it. I went on a little hike with my wife yesterday. By the way, I learned something when I was hiking with my wife. She asked me about the Severance show, which is hard to explain to somebody.
It is.
I pitch it to her. I do it. I think I do a pretty good job in less than a minute. She goes, it reminds me of a book I just finished reading. And the rest of the hike is her telling me about the book.
I gave you a 1 minute.
Oh, my God.
1 minute recap.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I told you, here's how this show's about. Very simple.
You need to help her set up Blake's book club.
You do.
Because then she could have those conversations with people that actually invest in what she's saying.
I know. It's time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. For St. Patrick's Day, Google looked at the green foods and drinks each state searched for more than any other state. Mississippi and Louisiana are putting booze in their Shamrock Shakes. Arizona's making green spaghetti. And California's going full on Dr. Seuss, the green eggs and ham.
Oh, cute.
The world's biggest Big Mac fan hit another milestone. 71-year-old Don Gorski has been eating 2 Big Macs a day for 53 years. He just ate his 35th thousand Big Mac on Saturday.
Jeez.
That's a lot of Big
And
Macs.
he's doing okay. That's good for him apparently.
Just because I say I had to slow down to 1 a day for 3 days here. It's driving me nuts. So I guess it's definitely 35,000.
That's crazy, man. A driver in Switzerland was fined nearly $110,000 for driving too close to the vehicle in front of him. The fine was so high because in Switzerland, fees are based on your taxable income. So the guy was like a millionaire or something. He just pull over.
Dang.
That would make you slow down.
Yeah.
I bet you if they did that here, people would be driving a lot slower.
Yeah.
A study found chewing on your pencil gives your brain a boost, improves memory, might help you focus. Kyle, you got that Google thing, right? Google Assistant?
Google thing.
Google Assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Google is officially retiring its assistant tool and migrating users to its AI-powered Gemini. You have Gemini?
I think so.
Let's try it. Talk to
I
it.
don't know. I just do. I don't know. Whatever OK Google is.
Yeah, they're
You
getting rid of
asked the
that.
question.
So now, even AI is putting non-human assistants out of work. Get this. A California startup is selling injectable cannabis. It's not, and the FDA is not happy about it.
Sounds dangerous.
I know. I'm like, seems like a hazard.
Rumors spread through Facebook last week about an escaped gorilla at the Virginia Zoo. There was one problem. The zoo doesn't have any gorillas.
Not anymore. It escaped.
Okay, so St. Patrick's Day. What do you think is the most popular color worldwide?
Green.
Blue.
Blue does not. Wait, just are those two separate statements? Like it's St. Patrick's Day. Done.
Yeah.
What's the
Just
most popular color?
Yeah, I was leading you down a path to pick green.
That was rude.
I think that there's like some statistic that like when St. Patrick's Day started, like they like turned a river a different color that wasn't green. Like I don't know how green became.
Wait, the
a part of
river
St.
was
Patrick's
green
Day.
in Ireland?
No, it wasn't.
And then they turned it green.
There's some stat. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
Chicago does that every year.
Green is number 2. Blue is number 1 color. Green. Mayhem is officially Lady Gaga's 7th number 1 album. And tonight, the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Awards, 8 p.m. on Fox, hosted by LL Cool J. Bad Bunny's performing, Billie Eilish, Glorilla, Gracie Abrams, Kenny Chesney, and Nelly. It's going to be a big show. What do you got for Life Hacks, Rich?
I'm wondering how many of you in this room, right after you eat, go and brush your teeth. Anybody?
Very rare.
No.
Well, you're doing it right. If you're one of the people who goes and brushes your teeth right after a big meal, the experts, the teeth people, say stop. Just stop it, because brushing your teeth right after eating, it can actually damage your enamel instead of protecting it. Why, you may ask me? Because acidic foods like fruit or soda, it actually softens your enamel. So when you start brushing, you can actually damage your teeth. So what you want to do is, if you like to brush after you do that, just don't do that. Just go straight to the mouthwash, switch it around for 30 seconds, or choose some sugar-free gum. Either one of those will keep your pearly whites pearly white. And that can be found. That little tip there, that hack is on johnjandrich.com.
It's John Tate Rich. Shoot us a text JJR, whatever's on your mind, to 96893. You can also call us, 877-937-1047. Last week, we took a little time off for spring break. I really enjoyed watching Kyle's social media to see the stuff you're doing with your dad. Your dad's still here?
He is still here. So him and my stepmom, they've actually been planning this trip here for about a year. And they started by looking to find maybe like a vacation rental that they could rent for the month of March. But like March is a really crazy time because everyone wants to come to Arizona for March. We have great weather and all the things. Well, it's been rainy, but yeah. So that was really like turning out to be a pretty expensive venture. So me and my sisters, we said, hey, why don't you spend 10 days at Lisa's house, 10 days at my house, and 10 days at Erica's house? And then you don't have to pay for an Airbnb. It's like silly for you to come here and have to pay for us when we've got places for you to stay. So ultimately they agreed. They said, okay, but 10 days seems like a lot. Like you guys are not going to want us around anymore. You're never going to want us to come back. And we're like, no, it's going to be fine. So they stayed at my sister's house the first 10 days. And last week they came to our house. And it was funny because Scott and I are like, they're coming back in May for my niece's graduation. And we're like, we want them to stay with us. Like, I want my dad to stay with me because then I get more time with him. You know what I mean? So we're like, we got to make this stay really great for them. So when they come back, they choose our house for the shorter vacation.
I get it.
So now,
it's on.
Unbeknownst to my sisters, this is a total competition. So they stayed at my sister's house for the first 10 days. They stayed at our house. We moved one of our cars out of the garage so they could stay in the garage.
Nice.
Right?
Nice touch.
And they're like, we get to stay in the garage? We're like, of course. That's what happens when you stay here. My stepmom is like, she's very like, she's a little OCD about certain things. So preparing for her to come, like we had to replace the air filters. We had to Scott really super cleaned out the coffee machine. Like we did all the things that we had to do. And the second day they were staying with us, she came and she was like, we may have a problem. And I'm like, oh great, there's a problem. They're never going to want to stay with us again. And apparently in the guest bathroom, which they're staying at, the cold water doesn't really work. And this is something I guess Scott kind of knew about. Like, you have to, if you want cold water in that bathroom, brush your teeth or do whatever, you got to use it really quick because it goes hot super fast.
Oh, that's wild.
And you can't get the cold water back. It's something with the mixers or something. And both of us are like, it's not a big enough problem for us to have to pay all this money to get it fixed because we think it's going to be a big issue. So they come in and I was like, maybe time to save up to get those mixers fixed. We could have it fixed by May when they come back.
Your sister Erica's like, hey, Dad, we got cold water here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Kyle. I feel like you and your sisters give similar energy. So do you think that also when they have had your dad and your stepmom staying that they're also trying to...
Heck yeah.
You think so?
My sister spent $700 on a cleaner before they showed up.
What, to get the house OCD cleaned?
Okay,
yeah. Oh yeah, none of us have talked about this, but I'm pretty sure we're all doing the same things
So
to
you gotta up
extra
it.
impress.
I wonder if there's anybody listening can help. Like if every day breakfast is catered at your house. You're like, it's just the way we wake up here, Dad.
That's what you get when you stay here. I mean, you might want to consider staying with us in May.
Would you
I
like
don't
an
know.
omelet? We have an omelet maker.
Daily professional toe massage? No problem. We got it.
Sure, come on over.
I think that's amazing. So now have they said anything like, you spoiled us, we're going to want to stay here more often? Anything like that?
Well, we kind of hinted at the fact that we're like, we want their stay to be great. Like they've never done this, and we want it to be like a yearly thing. We want it to be a tradition for them to come and stay at least for a week at a time or whatever they've done. But my stepmom has now started giving us star ratings for certain things.
So they're
Each night we'll be like I've been getting dessert every night. She's like, ooh, this dessert may bring you up to a 6-star hotel. I was like, all right.
I feel like she needs to get those little golden star stickers that the teachers give to all the elementary kids. Like gold star for
yes.
every
So were you like, oh,
Fantastic.
6-star hotel? That's good. What was Erica's? Did
Yeah.
you have a chance to do? Was she a
She giving you
6?
dessert?
She's a 4? Oh, okay, it's 4.
Are you just making your own food or is she giving you dessert?
Is your dad a big golfer? Loves
Yeah.
golf?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
we got to do something with that.
This past weekend, they just went golfing. They were like, what do you want to do? It's the kids' spring break. Oh, let's do pop stroke. Of course, it has to do with golf. Everything we do has to do with golf. They went golfing yesterday, pretty much all day. And then I think he's going to take, Easton, my 7-year-old, he loves golf too. And he was really bummed because it's my dad went, his dad went.
Right.
And then Easton didn't get to go.
Right.
And so Wednesday, they're going golfing.
that'll
It's
be
like,
fun.
so
You know
it's a
what
whole
we should
thing.
do? Is get a hold of Bob Parsons. He owns his own private golf course.
Yeah.
And see if we can get Kyle's dad on there. And then you just be like, Dad, we should do this on Wednesdays.
As long as you
Just
stay here.
Private golf
Stay
course.
with me.
As long as you're staying here.
That comes when you stay here. When you stay at the Unfug House.
How about 10 stars now? 10 stars? Going for 10.
What other things can we provide to blow them away? Yeah.
I know. And like I said, it's unspoken, but I mean, yeah, I've noticed things. There's signs. Okay. There's signs that everyone else is trying to be as prepared as we are, for sure.
I mean, $700 house cleaning is pretty intense.
I know.
Peyton, you said you got into some tooth thing, right?
Yeah, so I have been really wanting tooth gems. But it's so tooth gems are so expensive because you have to go into kind of a dentist because they medically glue the gem onto your tooth.
Kind of a dentist or a dentist?
I think you go to a dentist or someone that's certified to be able to do it. Anyways, I got on Amazon and I ordered myself a little tooth gem kit.
Could you do that to Kyle's dad?
Yeah, I'll give him a grill. Just ice him out.
This comes when you stay here, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Free tooth gems.
20 stars. 20 stars.
What, are you doing it? Do you have it?
Well, I woke up this morning with no tooth gems, so I think I swallowed them.
Oh, you put them on with the bed last night? What did you put on? What did you have? Did you put a little diamond?
Yeah, I had 2 diamonds on the side of my teeth, and I woke up and there was no diamonds.
That's why the dentist does it.
There is a little bit of a learning curve, but my real problem is because you get this little UV light, and when you glue it and you do all of the prep or whatever, it's basically the same UV light that they put your braces on with. And you have to hold it there for 3 to 4 minutes, and I can't sit still for 3 to 4 minutes and hold a light up to my tooth. So
How
I
many
think
more
that's what
gems
I'm
do you have?
struggling
You have a lot
with.
more gems left?
Oh, I have thousands.
Oh,
Don't
is there?
worry about me. I'm going to figure it out.
I thought maybe you were-
I feel like all you need to do is like put the light on your tooth gem and then not worry about like set a timer and then just start scrolling on TikTok or Instagram because you could 20 minutes goes by and you feel like it's 2 seconds sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, I tried that, and for some reason the light kept going like up into my eye. Like I could not hold it.
Did you take a
straight.
picture of the tooth gems before you at all? Like to,
No,
oh, you
but
didn't?
I'll do like a whole. Maybe I'll do like a tutorial thing on the tooth.
I'd like you to
professional.
the
do it.
ones that you ate. I'd like for you to find those and then make
Might
poop
come
gems.
through.
It's coming. It's coming out soon.
Jeez Louise.
Anyways, I'm gonna be iced out and diamonds all over my teeth and probably ruining my enamel, but it's fine.
Yeah, because how do you get them off? Do they give you like a removal kit with the
I think they
kit to
just
put them
fall
on?
off. I don't know.
Well, in that
But do you feel like there's like glue left on your tooth?
I don't feel like there's glue left on my tooth, but I am concerned with how many gems I may be swallowing.
Over the weekend on vacation, I don't know what happened overnight. I thought I cracked a tooth or I had some serious tooth pain. Like it was like the second day we were in Hawaii and I was like, that's it. This vacation is ruined. It hurt so bad, this one tooth. I was Googling tooth issues, what it could be. And I figured it was a cracked tooth. And I was going to call my dentist. I told my wife, I'm probably going to have to go home. And she said, well, can't you find a dentist here? And I'm like, what if my tooth falls out? Because it's like I think I have a veneer on it. I'm not sure, but it was terrible. Tooth pain is terrible. And then the next day it was fine.
really?
And
no
has it hurt
explanation.
since then?
Hasn't hurt since.
Kadeem
that's
has
bizarre.
that issue. He has like these like little like they look like cracks, like little like literally like what you're talking about. And he says like every now and then it hurts like excruciating pain. And I'm like, well, maybe you need like a root canal or something, and then it goes away the next day.
Yeah, okay. So I Googled root canal. Don't want that.
No, those are
No,
terrible.
root canals
Don't
are
want
brutal.
that. But it was like, it literally was gone the next day. I've never had a toothache ever in my
I
entire
bet you
life.
it's gonna come back. You should probably go get that checked out.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
thinking about it, but
Yeah, you both need to go see professionals.
There's going to be a dentist schwanding day coming up. I'm feeling it.
Don't handle your tooth surgeries yourself.
my dentist walks his dogs in front of my house. I have to wait, time it right, and then be right. Hey, take a look at this. Take a, I think I have a cracked
That's
tooth.
your style. You don't want to meet anybody in office. John Jay wants to meet him in the street.
Right.
Get examined in the street.
Ariel has a great question, and I believe that Rich might be the only person qualified. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we'll learn some new things about people on the show. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning.
What was your
So
question?
my question is, I want to know what people's stance is. So I'm divorced, and my son is 7. He has beautiful hair, and I like to keep it long. He's also a hockey player, so he's got kind of like a mullet going on, and he pulls it off great. But my ex-husband called me a couple weeks ago, and he's done this before where he didn't ask me, where my son had really long hair, and he buzzed the whole thing off. And I was livid, just furious, because I feel like people's hair have a lot to do with like their personality, and my son loves his hair too. But I wanted to know what people's stance was on like an ex cutting a child's hair without telling you, because I feel like it's not okay.
I've done it. I've done it with
You've done it?
with my youngest son. Yeah, because he was 7, 8, 9 at the time, and I take him to the barber where he would want it longer. I'm like, well, you don't really need to decide that, and it looks better. when it's
Okay, but
shorter.
you're saying, but you didn't run it by the ex.
I did not
It's
run it by the
all-
ex, but now what's happened is now my son's a freshman, and he would like it to be a little longer, and his mom takes him to go get his hair cut, and it's always longer than I would personally like it, but I don't feel like having that fight. So I just don't have the fight. I don't want to cause no trouble over something like that. So
How old is your son?
He's 7.
7. And you say he likes his hair like that? You don't like, is there any part of you that thinks maybe he went to dad and was like, I think maybe I want a new look, but I know mom likes it long and I don't want to hurt her feelings?
No, so his dad did that when we first got divorced when he was like 3 or 4, and my son didn't have any opinion on it at that point. I was furious, but my son didn't care. But a couple weeks ago, my ex called me, and I'm glad he knows now to ask, but he was mad at me. So my son told him he didn't want his haircut. He wanted the mullet still, and I was so happy. But
He
so
cut it
has
anyway.
an opinion on it now. No, he didn't.
Oh.
He didn't. But he said, "Well, you need to respect what I want to sometimes, and like I'm just going to do it one of these days." And I'm like, "Well, our son doesn't want it cut, so as long as my son doesn't want it cut, I don't want it cut." But
That could be like a really traumatic thing. Like
That's
if
what
you don't
I'm
want your hair
saying.
cut a certain way, and your parents
Chops
like,
it off.
nope, that's what's happening.
Yeah, that would make me so mad. The
Yeah,
only
so-
thing that I would be like, okay, maybe that'd be okay is if his hair like wasn't taken care of and it just looked like a rat's nest up there. You know, then if I was the other parent, I'd be like, okay, we need to cut this off and
Right.
start fresh. But if he likes it and his hair is well maintained, I think that's absolutely wrong. I would be so mad.
right.
It's sad when they use
Yeah,
their
so-
kids as weapons.
Yeah, because that's what it seems like, and it's just
We're
going to
pretty
like
sure-
cause lasting scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at not doing that, but I guess what it was is, so he's remarried and he has a stepbrother that is just a month older than him, and he buzzed his head, and so my ex was like, "I want them to look like twins," and asked my son if he wanted to buzz his head, and my son's like, "No, I don't want to buzz my head," but I'm worried he's going to come home one of these days and he's just going to have a buzzed head, and there's absolutely nothing.
It grows
I can do
back
about it.
fast for boys.
I know.
Let me tell you the worst. You want to know the worst? Is when your mom, and this happened to me, my mom went to beauty school. And then she used my head and my hair as
Practice?
the practice.
All different
It's
colors.
terrible. One day I had to go to school with a perm. Another time my hair was dyed and it went
You're like
wrong.
the real life Bratz doll that we all used to have when we were
It
kids.
was terrible. The Marinello School of Beauty.
There's photographic evidence of that perm, which I've
Oh, it's
seen.
terrible.
It's amazing.
All right, Ariel, thanks for calling in and have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank you. Love you guys.
So I was watching this movie. I was telling you guys the number one on Netflix right now with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown. And there's a bunch of songs in this movie. It takes place in the 90s, right? And then I saw this article on the songs that have been used the most in movies and TV. So the number 10 song is it's been in 36 movies and TV appearances, and it's the Pina Colada song.
Oh, that makes sense.
Feel like pina coladas.
And then there's Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. That's been in 38 movies. And then I feel like this is a lot longer. There's a lot more, but it's not. In 38 movies also is Walking on Sunshine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's in everything.
Big one.
On Sunshine. And then Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba.
Okay.
39 films and movies. Then September, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
Do you remember? That's been in 39 movies. Fade Into You, Macy Starr. How's that go?
I want to fade into you. It's really slowy and dreamy.
Oh, that's been in 41 movies. Fix You, Coldplay.
Yeah.
42 movies. Now, can you guess? Rich has to excuse himself from this because he already knows because I put the songs up there and he can see them.
Can I guess ones that aren't on the list? Because I know one that comes up all the time.
Well, I just went, what?
It's that do 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 do.
Well, it's not on the list because it's probably under. It could be in 35 movies. I have the top for the
Sweet Escape, Gwen Stefani in there.
This has been in 49 movies. This is Etta James at Last. Right?
That's in a ton.
Number 2, been in 50 movies.
I would not guess this one.
I know.
No, but it should be in more because it's amazing.
Isn't this in White Chicks when they do the dance? Isn't this the song?
Is this the song?
I think it is the one that they do. It might not be. I don't know. I don't know.
This next song, the number 1 song, has been used in 52 movies and TV shows. This song right here.
And let me hear the party say, I'm kind of buzzed and it's all because
This is how we do it.
South Central does it like nobody does. This is how we do it. To all my neighbors, you got much flavor. This is how we do it.
Can you believe that? I can't think of one movie that's been in, but I know it. I know it's in movies and TV shows. So I became obsessed with that Will Smith, the
Anxiety.
Anxiety. I freaking love that song.
The trend is so good.
I love the trend, and I really fell in love with the trend when I watched Colin Payton do it. I thought I watch that video all the time. I think it's great. So I was doing it with my wife 2 days ago, and did you guys see it?
Yeah.
Did you see the comments?
No.
It's all about my junk.
Oh, actually, I did see that.
Okay, I'm not going to go to the comments on that. I do not want to know.
They're pretty
about
funny.
that.
Because I'm wearing gray sweats.
Because I think I saw it right after you posted, so there was only a couple comments up there, and then one girl was like, "Oh no, I feel like I just saw my brother," and then she did the eggplant.
Yeah.
Gross. Oh my gosh, not.
I'm dancing with Blake. I turn and I got gray sweatpants on, and then you can see my the shadow or my junk's moving. And I got to be totally honest with you guys. I'm so happy. It looks so much bigger. It's like, objects in the mirror are much bigger. Wait, is that the other way? It's the other way around. Whatever. I don't know. But it was like, I watched it over and over
Camera
again.
adds 10 pounds. This works in your favor.
I'm like, this is unbelievable. Like, it wasn't on purpose until I started reading the comments. Like, I didn't even pay attention to that. So then I'm just kind of like, this is fantastic. And I paused it and zoomed in. I'm like, hell, yeah, I don't know what happened.
Get your heart out, Justin Timberlake.
I need to show you this scene from one of them days, that movie with SZA and Keke Palmer that came out, because one of the scenes is like this guy that SZA's dating in a gray sweatpants suit, and it's so funny.
I had explained to my wife about gray sweatpants season. She had never heard of that before. And I was like, that's a big thing.
You got to send this clip to Blake then, the one that I'm going to show you, because she'll die.
Yeah, but I was like, by the way, did you see the Will Smith one he did with SZA and Doechii?
Yeah.
I mean, not SZA, with Doechii and Tatiana.
Yeah, that was cool, which I saw the one, they did like a transition video in a mirror, and then I also saw the video when they did the trend together.
It's kind of wild because like Doechii, she comes out and she dances through it. And I'm just trying to figure out like when she got the call, Will Smith, hey, can you come to my house and do this video? Like, you know what I mean? Like
she's probably freaking out. Like, my thing about Doechii...
You can tell by the way she's walking. It's like...
Yeah, but what's so dope about Doechii right now, like, there was this video that she posted on YouTube, like, 10 years ago, and she was like, I just got fired from my job, thank God.
I saw it.
And then it's like, you think Doechii's this, like, overnight sensation that just popped off. She's been doing this for 10 years and is now finally getting the recognition that she deserves.
But I watched the video over and over again, the Will Smith one, right? And then sometimes I just sit there quietly by myself, and I'm like, I can't believe he slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just can't believe it. It bums me out.
It's bad.
I know.
It's just because he's so likable. He's so likable.
I'm surprised how much that has stuck with him, because like, I feel like a lot of celebrity scandals or whatever the things happen, it's like, and then they just kind of die out over the next couple of years, but I don't think he can't shake it.
Because it was such an iconic moment, first of all, but also too, like, when that slap happened, I remember all of us in here, we were like, is it real or was this planned? Like, it's been I think it's been two Oscars since then, 2 years. So what do we think now? Was the slap real or was it fake?
I feel like I still am holding him responsible for that slap.
So you
personally.
think you think that was real? That was not staged?
I think it was not staged.
Okay. Kyle?
I still kind of think it was staged, but it went horribly wrong.
That's what I think.
It wasn't what they're like, whoa, we didn't think that this backlash would be a thing.
I don't know,
like,
because Chris Rock seems bummed about it.
But
Chris
like,
Rock
I feel
still
like
seems
if it was like staged, I feel like Chris Rock would be like, hey, it's okay, Will Smith, it's all good.
And he's not.
But he's like digging his heels into it.
Unless like he went for the full slap and there was history between them, and so he felt like he was. I don't know. We don't know because none of us were there when they planned it or not.
But the thing is, when I watch Will Smith, especially that video,
it hangs with you a little.
No, I'm just saying when I you just like him so much.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, God, why did you slap Chris Rock?
Why did you do that?
Okay, real quick. I saw the trailer for Lilo and Stitch, the live version. Did you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You did? Did you like it, Kyle?
I think it looks really cute. It's going to be like super nostalgic.
I think it'll be really cute. I'm really glad with the way that they animated Stitch, because it's like giving Stitch. It's not like the Shrek trailer that we got that everyone was like, this doesn't look like Shrek. But Kyle, have you seen this? That there's like a lot of controversy on the casting.
No.
Yeah, so I guess Nani, who plays Lilo's sister, that she's not Hawaiian, and so everyone's like super upset. Apparently, she's Filipino and not Hawaiian, and they were like, "Give us like,
acting,
give us
though.
Nani." I know, but like, I guess they're like very upset.
So are they using a real alien?
Well, no, so
He's not Stitchian.
but like actually, like the really big one, you'll have to like go on TikTok and go and follow the Pleakley lore. Pleakley is the one-eyed like Cyclops alien that comes back to try to find Stitch, and in the trailer, it kind of like flashes to who Pleakley is in his human form. And it's not giving. It's not it. Like, we needed a drag queen or something.
Did you see the Freakier Friday one?
Yeah, I did.
That's
I'm excited. Did you see all this
That
stuff?
could be funny.
Everyone's so pumped about Chad Michael Murray being back. They
I
were like,
know.
I was so obsessed with him when I was 13, and here I am 30 and still in love.
That's going to be like the trailer, I think, looks really cheesy, but like the first one was cheesy and it was still really lovable. So I feel like they're going to be like doing justice to the first one.
Yes.
Let's get into Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
This whole thing
Right.
is wild.
Right.
If you followed at all over the last couple of days, Kanye West has been going off, posting text messages back and forth between him and Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian basically saying she filed legal paperwork to block a song that Kanye West ended up actually releasing. The song features Diddy, Diddy's son, Northwest, and an upcoming new artist. The problem is Kim didn't want Northwest to have anything to do with Diddy because of all the controversy. So their fight basically in the text messages was like Kim saying, hey, when they were all born, you said I could trademark their names. I'm trying to block this from happening because I want to protect Northwest from being involved with Diddy. It didn't stop. Kanye, who ended up, like I said, releasing the song, the first part of it starts with Diddy. Well, at least it sounds like a conversation between Kanye and Diddy.
Ain't nobody called, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, you know what I'm saying? That meant so much. Man, I appreciate you. Word up, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I love you so much, man. It's like you raised me even when I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm still in love, yeah.
Okay, so then the song, it's that vibe, and then you hear Diddy's son is part of it, and then Northwest's verse.
Running through the jungle like a cheetah ride. Surrounded by fake friends I don't even like. When you see me shining, then you see the light. When you see me shining, then you see the light. Everything they wrote, it ain't even right. Okay, good night. Okay, good night.
So the song is called Lonely Roads, Still Go to Sunshine. Kim lost that battle and the battle may not actually be over at this point because Kanye was like, change paperwork or we're going to go to war and neither one of us are going to recover. Who knows what that means? Who knows what information he's going to leak? But then he went off on how Kim and her mob aren't letting him actually be a parent. He's like, I don't just want to see my daughter. I don't just want to see my kids. I want to raise them. I want to have a say in the schools they go to. I want to have a say in, who they sleep over, like whose houses they sleep over at.
And he's right about the mob, huh?
Yeah,
and
we talked about. Yeah, but he wasn't just in like talking about her family, like Kris Jenner and her train behind her. He was like, he went off on how it's like part of Hulu and part of Disney and how they're all in this together and how they're trying to pick a select, he literally said something like a select breed of black children to influence black culture and how they want it.
Wow. Well, this is big news too. Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso is officially coming back for season 4.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
Why? I thought you'd be excited
From what I've read, which I know I really don't click on the link. I just kind of like highlight what I'm starting to do now is just go to the comments so when people go, I saved you some time.
You're welcome. Saved you the click. I love those. Those are the heroes of the comments.
Yeah. So I think tell me maybe you have all the information that he's going to stay in Kansas City and he's going to be coaching a girls soccer team.
That's the vibe. They haven't announced like the full cast.
And you don't like it?
I don't like it.
Why not? It's going to be Ted Lasso and his like lovable.
But then they're going to have to make a stupid something that's not believable to get Keely over there and to get Rebecca over there.
Unless Keely and Rebecca don't come with him, and there's a new Keely and a new Rebecca.
No, they've signed on.
Oh, weird.
Well, Keely's still in negotiation.
They said none of the casting was officially confirmed.
I read Keely's still in negotiation. So that's where I'm saying, I'm like, they're going to make this whole, like, it's not going to make sense.
Well, no, I mean, the lovable part about that show is he was a fish out of water, right? He was in England doing a sport he's never done before. That was the magic.
We'll see. I mean, I'm judging it without seeing it, but.
That's true.
They do say that it's going to pick up right where season 3 left off.
Because he went home.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else we need to touch on in entertainment news?
I just thought it was funny, so Brenda Song, we mentioned her before the break. She's married to Macaulay Culkin, and she was like, marrying him and getting to know him was fascinating because of, his past.
Being like the most famous child actor in the world, he lived and grew up in hotels. He had just never really done laundry, and I was shooketh. I've been doing laundry since I was 10, whatever it is, helping my mom. And so it's funny, teaching him how to do laundry. He still doesn't know how to drive. I took him out to drive in our neighborhood. I was terrified, let me tell you. I'm like, this 44-year-old man driving for the first time. I was like, nope, I gotta hire someone to do that.
Oh my goodness, no, this just okay, Brenda Song, if you hear this, you need to remake this video. So Brenda Song on the Sweet Life and Zach and Cody, there was this iconic episode, and it's called the Prindle episode, and it's when Mr. Mosby's teaching London Tipton, Brenda Song, how to drive, and your gear shift. She's like, the Prindle. Yeah, the Prindle. And so they need to reenact this with her husband.
Oh, that's fun.
Macaulay
So
Culkin
good.
for the iconic Prindle video.
Yes.
Please, Brenda, I'm begging you.
And then duet it.
Yes,
right next to each other.
I've never thought in my entire life I could relate so much to Macaulay Culkin.
Not knowing how to do laundry.
Wow.
I know.